What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are live. All right, let's get this room packed. We are on on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's see how many people we can get live in this room. Let's get it cracking, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us where you're at, where you're from, so we can get this rolling. Okay, don't be afraid. Drop a comment. Invite all your friends, your family. We're going to drop some do-yourself credit repair secrets in this room. So let's get it going. We got a lot of people coming in the room. Tell us where you're from, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid to talk. Right now is not the time to be afraid. What up, everybody? We got Boston, Florida, Jersey, San Antonio, Atlanta. We got St. Petersburg. Let's go. We got Charlotte in the house. Raleigh, North Carolina. We are stationed in Greensboro, North Carolina, okay? Let's go. Let's invite all your friends and family. I'm going to drop some serious secrets about do-yourself credit repair. You know, all these packages that everyone's selling and all this other stuff, like, we're going to cover that. We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about something that is very advanced that is being released today on Black Friday. For all of my supporters, I've been working really hard on this. And I want to talk to you guys about it because it is insane. It is amazing. And it's going to change a lot of people's lives. But tell us where you're at. Hit that like button. We got to get people to hit that like button so we can get more people in these rooms, ladies and gentlemen. All my people from, I see High Point in the house. Okay. We got Michigan, Illinois, Greenville. We got a lot of people showing up in the room. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about these do-it-yourself kits that nobody wants to talk about, but I'm going to talk about them, okay? So let's get it cracking, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button so we can get more people coming in the room. Comment. I'm going to try to go a full hour, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I might cut about between 45 minutes, okay? But I usually do a full hour. This is going to be recorded, okay? I couldn't say recorded for some reason. This is going to be recorded, so it's going to be on YouTube and it's going to be on Facebook, so it's going to live there forever. So we got Augusta in the house, Anaheim. Tell me where you're at, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes. Hit that like button, okay? Columbus, Ohio, New York, H-Town. All right, we got Jersey in the house, Dallas, Texas. We're going to talk about do-yourself credit repair. Everyone wants to get these do-it-yourself kits, and I'm gonna expose the truth about them, okay? I've been working really hard the last 2.5, almost 3 years to bring something solid to the game out here, man, because there's just so much bad stuff going on out here. We all know. West Virginia, Montreal, Canada. All right, there we go. Virginia Beach, Albuquerque, Augusta, Georgia. Hey, this is specifically for my Georgia people that, I don't know if you guys know this, but credit repair is illegal in Georgia. It's the only state that it's illegal in. Isn't that kind of crazy? Okay. It's like they're trying to do everything they can to keep Georgians down. Okay. We got, I see you over there in North Carolina. All right, let's go. South Carolina, West Virginia. Let's invite your friends. Hit that like button. Share this. Make sure we get this out to more people. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. So let's get it cracking. I'm going to talk about these do-yourself credit repair kits that you guys see everywhere, okay? Now, I dropped one a while ago. It's been probably about a year. And the problem with do-yourself kits is you have to understand what you're doing, because if not, you can get yourself jacked up, okay? So drop it in the comments where you're from. Let's keep it going. Hey, thank you for all those likes. It's helping us. It's helping us get out to more people, okay? That's awesome. Battle Creek, Michigan, Louisville, Manchester, Jamaica, all the way from Jamaica. Yo, that's crazy, okay? Texas. You're welcome for educating the public. That's where we're at. Ohio, okay? There we go. Let's go. Let's get more people. Connecticut in the room. Let's get it packed in here. We got 150 people in here right now. Let's go. Let's get it up there. More likes. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, okay? I'm going to keep talking about these do-it-yourself credit repair kits. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break it down to you guys. Do-it-yourself credit is one of the most difficult things for anybody to do because you're trying to become an expert, okay? Like, let's just be honest with each other. This is not going to be an easy path to get into working on your credit. Uncle Dre here. There you go. Illinois, Georgia, San Diego, Rhode Island. Wisconsin. Let's get it packed in here. All right. We got a lot of people in this room. Let's get it packed even more. We got Maui in the house with the rainbows out there. Man, Maui. I bet it's beautiful in Maui right now. Okay. San Diego, Rhode Island. I'll become an expert, sure. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the problem with these do-it-yourself kits. They're claiming to make you into a credit expert, teach you the game. Like, it took me a decade and a half to learn all this. How are you going to pack all this information into this little do-it-yourself kit and make somebody successful? One of the biggest things that you guys don't know, or maybe some of you know this, okay? There's something called a 609 letter. This thing has been circulating around for more than 10 years, okay? People have been pushing this letter so hard. I have seen it in different forms, okay? Where I've seen it in its original form, still being used to this day, okay? There's some big YouTubers out here that use these letters, man. And it's very discouraging to me because if you're sitting in this industry for this long and you're still using these template letters, you're losing. You're just simply losing, okay? I've been doing this for over a decade and a half, working on people's credit files. I did it for some other companies, helped build them up, and then I left because I just wasn't happy there. And then I just kind of disappeared into the mist for a long time, just kind of stayed in the shadows. And then I was like, I think it's time for me to come out to the public and tell them exactly what I know, because that NDA is expired, okay? Now I can say whatever I feel like and whatever I want. So I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's amazing. I don't even know what that means, but okay. All right, so the 609 letter has been circulating all over the internet. People have been selling it left and right. They've been giving it away. What consumers do not understand, you are up against a machine at every single one of these credit bureaus, okay? Nobody has really been able to target or tell us exactly what is happening at the bureaus, but there's a machine called eOscar. Now, eOscar is scanning your dispute letters. Now, there's not somebody that's literally standing there like opening up every single letter. Like, that's not how it works. And that's what a lot of people want you to think, that, oh yeah, someone's going to get a hold of your letter. They're going to see, ooh, what's all this? No, it's an electronic scanning machine called eOscar. eOscar's job is to scan your letter and figure out exactly what you're trying to say with the verbiage that's on your letter. And it creates a Metro 2 code or an ACDV code, okay? That code is then later sent to the creditor or to the actual debt collector. Now, sometimes it's not even transmitted, okay? That's when it's what we call a failure to investigate, because that ACDV code tells us if they did a real investigation, okay? Now, once the creditor or debt collector gets your code in Metro 2, they decipher what you're trying to say, then it's supposed to, the creditor or debt collector is supposed to send their code back to eOscar to get to the credit bureaus to see what your response is, or they have the option to respond back to you directly in the mail. So what happens with this 609 letter, it's been around for way too long, okay? And eOscar recognizes that it's a template. A lot of these letters that are being used in these systems are being recorded as a credit repair letter or a credit repair company. A lot of these credit bureaus are using this information against you because there's something that happened in 2021, okay? It was called Regulation F. It came into play to give everybody clarity as to what consumers could or couldn't do, what debt collectors and creditors couldn't do. But one of the biggest things that nobody talks about is what the credit bureaus are telling consumers now, that in Regulation F, it clearly stated that you cannot send in a duplicative dispute. Now, what exactly does that mean? That means you can't say the same thing twice. So they can mark it frivolous, they can ignore it. And this is what's been creating this big problem. So when you have that 609 letter that gets to the credit bureaus, okay, it gets to the credit bureaus, and then they're like, oh, it's a template letter, kick out a response, tell them it's verified, have a nice day. Now, if you send it a second time, you're dead in the water, okay? Or it can happen on the first time because this letter has been circulated so much for over 10 years. That's insane, okay? So what happens is your item just comes back verified. Have a nice day. Or they just don't respond because the credit bureaus don't care. You know, in a recent report, it was something like the complaints have quadrupled against the credit bureaus because there's real cases out there of identity theft, okay? Now, these real cases, people have proof that their identity has been stolen and the credit bureaus have done nothing about it. And I know this for a fact because I work with those types of clients, okay? And so what do you do when you have nothing else to turn to, right? The only other option is to sue the credit bureaus. And that's what my company does. We work to build a case against the credit bureaus to sue them to get the items deleted off the credit report. But regular consumers can't do that. So now the 609 letter has just been destroying the industry because people are flooding it, okay, with this letter. It's not just the 609 letter, but there's other softwares that are creating these templated letters that credit repair companies are using, and now they're saturating the systems with it. So what happens is eOscar recognizes these things and it doesn't do a real investigation. Even if you have real serious problems like identity theft and you have an affidavit and you have a police report, an FTC affidavit and a police report should get rid of the problem, but it doesn't because a lot of people are using templated letters that eOscar recognizes and it deems it's not a real investigation, okay? So that's important to understand that if you're using templated letters, you're going to get an automated response. And this is what the majority of these do-it-yourself kits have. And that's just a sad truth. So people ask me, why don't I create a do-it-yourself kit? Because I didn't believe that there can be anything that's going to help somebody because you have to learn so much about credit. So I spent the last 2.5 years researching, figuring out how we can come about this and to create a software that cannot be used with template letters. Now, hey, listen, this is a great. I'm gonna put this response on the screen. Okay, I got plenty of collections removed using templates. That's a great response, and I'm gonna tell you why. Your item didn't get deleted because of a template letter. Your item got deleted because you actually had an item that couldn't be verified. Okay, that's the number one reason. So when people use these templates, they just believe that they're getting a response, okay? And they got the deletion because the item was on that template letter. There's only a couple of reasons why you get a deletion. If the item is inaccurate or it could not be verified. So no matter if you use the template letter or if you just sent a regular letter saying, hey, these items, I don't recognize them or these items are inaccurate, you would have still got it deleted from your credit report. So it wasn't the template letter that did it. Understand that. Because the template letter is just making the communication. But we're not saying that it's not going to get you a deletion. Did it clear off your whole credit file? No, most likely it didn't. Because that's what happens with consumers. They get stuck at a certain point. So everything on a credit report is structured in Metro 2. Okay? Metro 2 is a format of reporting that was created by what's called the Consumer Data Industry Association, that was created by a bunch of lenders and big wig CEOs and directors at the credit bureaus. So first it started with Metro, and then it morphed into Metro 2 compliance challenging. So it turned into Metro 2. So everything on your credit reports is structured in Metro 2. Like when you see it, you just see the report and it's already confusing. You don't see the back end of all the structure and how it's done. The number one thing that can get items deleted off of a credit report, well, there's two things, but the number one thing has always been Metro 2 compliance challenging because you can show how the item is not reporting properly per their standards. So if they choose a format to report in, which is Metro 2, they must adhere to that format. And if they don't adhere to that format, then they can't be using that format. So again, this is kind of crazy. So if they choose to use Metro 2, this is what they designed, then they have to adhere to that format. So if you can expose to them Metro 2 standards are not being met, then you have a better path to to a deletion, okay? So Metro 2 compliance reporting was created by the Consumer Data Industry Association, which is the credit bureaus and a bunch of lenders, okay? So everything on your credit report is structured in Metro 2. It's going to get you the best situation. And I'm never going to say it's going to get you the best deletions, because at the end of the day, we don't know how your score is going to react or how your report's going to react until it happens. So when you hear all these people saying, oh, this kit's going to delete everything off your credit report, it's not true, man. Unfortunately, because there's no specific verbiage and there's no specific letter that's going to get you a deletion. It's the fact that the item could not be verified and the item wasn't accurate. So if you can show that the item is not accurate using Metro 2, then you can get that deletion and get that item off your credit report. So I've been working on a system that creates custom Metro 2 and factual disputing letters per what's on your credit report. So eOscar cannot use your letter and turn it into a template. Say, oh, I've already got this template verified. So you're never going to get, okay, a automated response. Now, it's not to say, okay, I'll take that back. It's not never, okay? Because at the end of the day, eOscar is going to look for those keywords. Remember, it's looking for those keywords. But you don't want to send the same letter twice, because it could be deemed frivolous and it can just be dismissed, or they just don't respond. And the biggest thing that people make is consumers that make the mistake is they send in these letters and they're not certified mail. How are you going to prove anything, okay, if you didn't send it certified? All right. You need to send your mail in certified, because they can't deny that they never received it because they signed for it. It's like $4.80 or something like that. It's less than $5, but I get it. It can add up, okay? Now, here's a really good question. We're going to talk about this. We got a lot of good questions here. I'm going to hit this first one first. All right. If you send a letter asking for proof of debt to the collector and they don't respond, what do you do? Now, this is a really great one. There's not a lot that you can do, okay? But you need to send your debt validation letters certified mail, okay? Because if you didn't send it certified, you have no proof of what happened. You have no proof that they did not respond. So if you sent out a certified letter, okay, to a debt collector with a debt validation, one, you need to be asking for very specific things. Don't ask for an original contract with your signature on it. That's not going to help you. You need to ask for the original purchase agreement that shows that they legally own this debt and that there is a legal transfer of debt, okay? Remember this, the original purchase agreement that shows that they legally own this debt, okay? Now, if they don't respond within 30 days, then you're supposed to take that debt validation letter, send it to the credit bureaus along with your little green certification thing, and tell them that this company did not respond and I have proof of it. I want this deleted from my credit report. They cannot show me that they legally own this debt or this alleged debt, okay? Always use the word alleged, okay? So you need that original letter that you sent to the actual debt collector. Send it to the credit bureaus, certified mail, and show them that they never responded. Then after you're done doing that, you take that letter, make a copy of the one you sent to the credit bureaus. Now you have two letters. One you sent to the credit bureaus, and the second one you sent to, the first one you sent to the debt collector. You're going to go to the CFPB website and file a complaint against this debt collector and against the credit bureaus, because the credit bureaus are reporting it and they didn't verify it, okay? It's a failure to investigate. Listen to the words that I'm saying here. This is called a failure to investigate. It's a huge lawsuit. This is how our clients win cases all the time. It's a failure to investigate, okay? You file a complaint with the CFPB and tell them there's a failure to investigate by the credit bureaus and this debt collector never responded. File that complaint with the CFPB, and then you make sure you sent everything in that shows the whole process of what you did And if the CFPB doesn't take care of it, then you need to find a consumer attorney to go after them, and that's a lawsuit for failure to investigate, okay? So that was a lot, okay? That was a lot. There's another great question here. Is Metro 2 better than consumer law or factual? It should be a mixture, okay? Consumer law only works if you're going to sue and you're tracking every single movement that you're saying, and you have a legal team behind you that is prepared to sue. Putting in UCC codes or USC code this, all that is not going to get the item deleted. eOscar doesn't care about your legal codes. I'm sorry to tell you. So that's why Metro 2 is much more powerful and factual. And I'm going to explain the problem with factual in a second. Metro 2 is showing how it doesn't meet their standards. Consumer law is just, you're just throwing a bunch of jargon out there. It's not going to get it deleted if you're not planning on suing. So you're just kind of wasting your time and energy by putting all those consumer laws in there, okay? Unless you're going to sue. Factual is you're factually showing what's wrong. Now, there's a problem with that, okay? If you're factually showing what's wrong, you give the credit bureaus the opportunity to fix the item, okay? That's a huge problem that happens a lot because everyone says, oh, you need to tell them what's wrong and blah, blah. No. The credit bureaus have two choices. They can either delete the item or update it to be accurate. So if you're telling them what's wrong, there's a huge chance that they're going to choose the option to update it to be accurate. So you're going to lose your opportunity for deletion, and you just lost some of your leverage to get the item off your credit report. All right. Make sure that you hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So I hope that answers that question. There's all types of different things. Okay. So we've created a product that you don't need to be an expert to work on your credit. Okay. As a matter of fact, we're not going to teach you how to do it. Okay. My company is going to create individual custom letters for every single situation out there. Okay. So whatever your situation is, whatever type of item it is, it's going to create a different letter every single time. And that's really important for you to be successful in the situation, because if you keep sending the same 609 letters that everyone's been using, you're gonna have a problem. Okay. So you want to make sure that every time that you're sending in these letters that you're going to be using something different. You want to mix in Metro 2 with factual, but not giving them all the sauce to get it to update the item to be accurate. Now, our system is going to be two different payment options, okay? You should only go 6 rounds, all right? Each round is always going to be 35 days because you get 35 days for the bureaus to respond. 30 days for the bureaus to respond. You give yourself a 5-day window for printing and mailing, okay? This DIY kit is different than anything else. One, I'm going to give you the actual credit rebuilding course for free, and I'm always going to be constantly adding stuff to it, okay? So you're getting a video course that is going to be sent to you through email, and every month you're going to get anywhere from 1 to 3 videos a month. This is going to last for 6 rounds, okay? It's about 6.5 months, all right? Every round, our team is going to create these letters for you and send them to you by email, and all you have to do is print them out and send them off for $50 a month, okay? This is the lowest price that I can go, and this price is only going to last till December 31st. Now, if you want to pay a one-time fee for all 6 rounds, the button's in there also, okay? But this is game-changing, and this is going to help everybody out there so you don't get stall tactics. You don't get stonewalled. Stop using templated letters. They're not helping you. I cannot stress this enough, okay? When I made my original DIY kit, I had to create letters, and then in 6 months, I had to try to recreate them again. So it's like, you don't understand. Like, I know that people are buying the kit, they're giving it to their friends, which is fine. I don't care, okay? But you need to use different letters all the time. With this specific system, we're going to do the work for you. You don't have to be an expert, okay? You don't have to do anything special. All you have to do is open up your email, download your letters, print them, send them out certified mail, and then wait. That's all you have to do. These are going to be custom made per person. Nobody's going to be getting the same letters. That's the best part about what this system does. This is why it took so long to build this out, because we don't want the credit bureaus to hit you with, this is frivolous, we're not going to investigate it, all that stuff, okay? So $50 per round. There's no contracts, there's no agreements. You don't want to do it after a round, it's fine. You get your file cleaned up after 2 or 3 rounds, fine, you're done, okay? You don't have to keep paying. You do have to get credit monitoring, because we have to pull your credit reports into our system to create the letters. We're not just going to pull it out of thin air. We have to hook it up to our system and pull the letters, pull your credit report into our system and generate your custom letters, okay? So $50 a month is going to be the introductory price until December 31st. And you can do a one-time fee of $2.99 if you want to pay for all your 6 rounds at one time, okay? There's no contracts, no agreements, none of this nonsense. And you're going to get the video course for free on how to rebuild your credit. And I'm going to keep adding. I always add goodies to these courses because there's something I might think about, say, oh, you know, I forgot about that. So, okay. Now, there is no way to mail them for free, because remember, this is another big mistake that people are making. If you're not sending them certified, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because the credit bureaus know that you sent it certified. They signed for it. They're like, oh, shit. We really got to process this one, guys. Okay. But you don't send it certified. They're like, have a nice day. Okay. Because nobody's holding the credit bureaus accountable. Okay. So one way that you can get your credit reports for free. Okay. And I would suggest this to anybody before you get the credit monitoring. Okay. So you can see what's on your credit report. You can go to annualcreditreport.com. Okay. Remember that. Annualcreditreport.com. You can get your free credit report once a week. Okay. So you can see all the negative juju that's on your credit report for free. Don't print it out, because it's a massive file. Download it. So you do like you're going to print it. Okay. Because if you try to download it from that screen, it's going to come all jacked up. Act like you're going to print it, and then you click the little download instead of printing it. And then you're gonna download your whole file for free before you do the credit monitoring, because you need to have the credit monitoring for us to pull it for you. But the number one way to get your credit reports for free is going to be annualcreditreport.com. Okay. Now, when you do this, it's going to ask you some trick questions. So make sure that you answer these questions properly. If not, it's going to lock you out, and it's going to have a phone number for you to call. And then you have to call, and they're gonna send you your credit report through the mail in like 3 weeks. So then you're gonna be behind. Okay. So make sure that you answer the security questions properly. It's gonna make you go through Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion all separately. Okay. So make sure you do that all on your own. Okay. Will I have an affiliate program for the DIY? There's going to be a huge potential for that. But right now, we're just trying to go through everything that we can to help people. Probably in 2023, we will have an affiliate program. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is a great one. All right. This is a good question. Wait. Okay. So I want 2 charge-offs erased from my credit profile. So what would be next? Charge-offs are absolutely the most difficult thing to remove from your credit report. This is where the 609 letter just sucks ass, okay? Because it's been through the system so many times, it doesn't work anymore. Charge-offs are the most difficult thing to delete off a credit report. I've been doing this for a long time. There's no such thing as an easy item to delete. Understand that. But a charge-off is the most highest level of delinquency that you can have on your credit report besides a bankruptcy, okay? So it's going to be difficult to do this, okay? So Metro 2 crushes charge-offs because there's so many misreporting issues with Metro 2 on charge-offs that it's easy for the system to expose it like bam, bam, bam. It's overwhelming, okay? what exactly does the service include as soon as you buy the DIY? Okay. One, we need to get a copy of your driver's license and utility bill. It could be any type of utility, gas, light, water, electric, your car insurance, a pay stub, a bank statement, a cell phone bill, car registration. We need those 2 items because we're going to create the letter and we're going to add it into the letter to make it very simple for you. Okay. So that way you just get the letter, you print it out, put it in an envelope, and you're done. That's it. Okay. You need to get the credit monitoring, which is $24.99 a month, so we can pull our credit reports into our system. So the moment you sign up, we need to get you to upload your driver's license, utility bill, and sign up for the credit monitoring. Once we verify all this information and we have it in our system, okay, you're going to get some text messages and it's going to tell you where to put all the stuff in there. And my team is going to verify all the information, and then we're going to move you into the system to give you access. Once we have that, you're going to go into the system and you're going to get like a little welcome email. Okay. And then we're going to do the work for you. We create the letters. Our system creates custom Metro 2/factual letters to hammer the bureaus with. Okay. There's no such thing as 2 letters that are going to be alike in the system. Okay. Understand that. So we create the letters for you, and you're going to get the credit rebuilding course for free. That's included in the program. That every month you're going to get 1 to 3 videos a month of me talking about credit, making you understand the different things that you need to learn about credit, making sure you have the right amount of credit cards, the right amount of installment loans. What are products that you can use that can help you, that you're not going to get a hard inquiry on? All of this stuff is in the course, okay? And every month you're going to get that. This is a DIY kit. Understand this. There's not going to be any support. We create your letters and you mail them off, okay? And then you learn how to work on your credit with the credit rebuilding course. The credit rebuilding course is very important for this. And this is something that all of these other DIYs lack. They're not teaching you how to rebuild your credit, okay? I try to generalize it as much as I possibly can. And then by you looking at your credit report and then using my videos, you can learn what are the things you're missing and what you need on your credit report and what you need to be working on, okay? But this is all going to be very easy, okay? You don't have to do any work except for mail a letter out. That's all you got to do, okay? We took all the problems that we saw with DIY credit repair kits, and then we created something that's much better. So you don't have to be an expert, okay, to work on your credit. All right, we're going to do all the work, create these crazy letters for you. Once you see these letters, you're going to be like, holy shit, this is insane, okay? Once you see these letters, you just got to mail them out and then learn how to rebuild your credit. It's just that simple, okay? This is why we're trying to get it as low as we possibly can at $50 a month, plus the $24.99 for the credit monitoring for $75 a month. That's nothing, okay? I know some people that's a lot, but it's important to understand what we're trying to accomplish here, try to get it to the lowest cost possible, okay? And get you some great results. Because I'm telling you right now, Metro 2 is one of the best ways to go. Let me see. This is a good question right here. This guy's got great questions. All right. I contacted the lender for a pay for delete and they said they don't do it. It's like $400 each. This is very important for everyone to understand, okay? That a lender or a debt collector is not obligated to accept your terms and conditions, okay? Once it gets to that point, it's up to them to decide on whether or not they're going to do it, okay? Unfortunately, there is no way, okay? There's no way to know who's going to accept it. Well, I'll take that back. There are some debt collectors, but original lenders or creditors don't generally delete in exchange for payment. Hear me again, ladies and gentlemen. I see this all the time on credit reports. Original creditors or original lenders do not delete in exchange for payment. American Express was one of the very few that did that, and now you have to actually request it. They used to offer it before. Now you have to request it, and you have to get it in writing and talk to a supervisor and be super nice, okay? Because yelling at these people is not going to get you anywhere. If you negotiate something like this, you need to get it in writing. Do not take anybody's word for it over the phone. This is not going to help your situation, okay? It's important to understand that because a lot of people don't get that, okay? So let's see. Let's see another question. I think I saw another great question. Do you do trade lines? No, unfortunately, we do not do trade lines, Steve. Okay. Anybody that offers trade lines and credit repair is illegal. Okay. It's important to understand that. And it's important to understand how trade lines can help and hurt you. So this is really important to understand. If you add trade lines to a file and you have negative items, you're wasting your money. Okay. You cannot have negative items on your credit report and add trade lines because it's not going to help you until you're done in the process and you removed either all of it or the majority of it. Because if you add a trade line to your credit file and you have negative items, it's like having a ball and chain. It's going to hold down your score, okay? And your score is not going to rise like it normally would, okay? All right, here we go. All right, my fear is there's always certain issues I have and there's no support, then I feel like I just wasted money. Listen, there's nothing that you can do. This is a really good. We're going to put this one up on the screen. In your specific situation, if you're really concerned about that, about wasting money, then you need to go into a full service program, okay? Because the DIY is not going to be for you. The full service is not cheap by any means, okay? If we can get this damn thing to stop ringing. Sorry, guys. The full service is not cheap. You're looking at $325 to get started for the first month, and then $200 flat every month after. 6 rounds, and then you go to the legal team for a free legal review. Now, that's if you belong in pre-litigation. If you don't belong in pre-litigation, then you might possibly have to go through Metro 2. I have to see your file, and I would suggest that you set up a consultation with me to talk about that, so that way we can see exactly what you need, all right? So, your specific situation, if you got some jacked up situations, then you need to see and do a consultation with me to see exactly what you might need, okay? If you need a consultation, it's very simple. I'll put it up on the screen right now, okay? You text Limitless, do a consultation, okay, for full service credit repair. Remember that. This is a consultation for full service credit repair. We do all of the work for you, but it's pricey because we're doing so much work on working on these files. If we do pre-litigation, we're going to build a case against the credit bureaus to go after them. That's our job, okay? Every step has to be tracked and taken care of to make sure that when we transfer the file over to the legal team, they are ready to rock and roll, okay? That's the difference in what we do. So if that's what you're looking for, it is available, okay? All right. Anybody that needs a consultation for full services, just follow the instructions on the screen. You can set up a free consultation for full services, okay? All right, so let's see what we got going on here. All right, let's go to some more questions in here. Well, we got a super sticker. Hey, thank you so much, Dan's Window Tintin. What you got going on over there, brother? Appreciate the love. Okay, let's go ahead and get this off. All right, this is a good question. Okay, let me see. Does an email constitute a letter? No. You want to track it. Now, okay, it's yes and no, because they can say it's been modified. You don't want to give the credit bureaus or a debt collector or creditor any type of leeway, because these lawyers are good, okay? And you don't want to give them an excuse as to why they can deny whatever you're saying, all right? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the follow button if you're on Facebook. Make sure you hit that like button so we can get more people in this room. I'm going to keep dropping gems in here, okay? As we keep talking about this DIY kit, okay? Is it good to pay charge off with an open balance that is reporting? Oh, man, this is a tough question here. All right. A charge off is the most delinquent status that's on your credit report. paying the balance does not increase your credit score in any way, shape, or form. Everyone listen. Everyone listen. Listen to me. Look at me straight right here, okay? Look at me right there, okay? Paying a charge off does not increase your credit score in any way, shape, or form because the status of charge off is what's hurting your credit, okay? If you pay it, it's just gonna be marked paid or settled. And if you settle for less than what's owed, it's going to be marked settled for less than the full balance. And that's going to be on your credit report for 7 years from your first date of delinquency. And now everyone is going to see the comment and they're going to say, this guy never pays in full. Okay, that's a really bad comment to have on your credit report. People think it's okay because they settled. Listen, I'm never going to tell someone don't pay your debts. Understand that. That's not what this is about. It's important to understand what happens when you pay a collection or a charge off and it's not deleted. Same thing with a collection. If it's paid and it's not deleted, it's still hurting your credit score. The balance, if you pay it, it's not going to fix anything. It has to be deleted, okay? Or the status has to be changed from charge off or collection to paid as agreed or on time. As long as the status says charge off or collection, it's still hurting your credit, okay? All right, someone wants to see what our website is. I'm going to shoot them the website, okay, up on the ticker. Let me go ahead and get this comment off real quick. So give me a second. All right. There is our website, limitlessculturegroup.com, okay? You can go to our website, check it out if you want to. It's right there, limitlessculturegroup.com, okay? Now, let me see. Let's see what we got here. See if we got some good questions. What's up with the short bus riders? Oh my God, why? Okay. Also, this is a really good point about charge-offs I want to talk about. If you have a massive charge-off and they're coming after you to sue you, they're going to tell you, okay? You need to know what the statute of limitations in your state is. Whatever the statute of limitations in your state is going to determine when they can no longer sue you for it. So as an example, North Carolina, the statute of limitations is 3 years. After 3 years, they can no longer sue you for it. They can still report it on your credit report for up to 7 years. They can still try to pursue you to collect on it, but they cannot sue you. If you're within that statute of limitations and you owe some absorbent amount of money, bad news bears can possibly happen, okay? So you need to understand that. There can be situations where you have no choice but to pay because you're going to be sued. And there's nothing you can do, okay? Once it's marked paid or settled, only 2 things can potentially get it off your credit report. Metro 2 or arbitration. You go into arbitration against the credit card company and you try to negotiate for them to delete it off your credit report based on the arbitration clauses that are inside these credit card agreements. So a lot of things like that, okay? So you need to understand that. This is a good question. Can companies still come after you even after statute of limitations has been met? No. They cannot sue you after the statute of limitations is expired. You go into court, you just tell them simply, the statute of limitations has expired. Why are we even here? If anything, you can countersue them for harassment because the statute of limitations has expired. They can still try to collect on it, but they can't sue you for it. Remember, if the statute of limitations has expired, they cannot sue you for it, but they still can attempt to collect on it, calling you or sending you letters. Now, you can stop them by telling them that you refuse to pay and you're not going to pay them and don't contact you ever again, okay? And that will stop them, but they can still collect on it, unfortunately. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is a really good question. Is it illegal for a medical bill to be put into a partial collections even though I'm making a payment once a month? It depends on how long you went without payment. If you went more than 180 days without payment, they can still report it. But if you started making payments it really murkies up the water there. And it depends on what agreement or what type of agreement was set prior to you making those payments. Okay. But if you went 180 days and then you started paying, and the 180 days expired, so you went past 181 days and you hadn't paid, and then you started paying, then yes, unfortunately, they can still report it. All right. So remember, let's see what we got here. So this is a really good one. We're going to touch on this again. How do you get the status change on a charge-off or negative status account that you paid in full? Understand that there's no creditor that does this, okay? But I'm just telling you what is the potential that you can have, okay? There's another great question I just saw down there, okay? So there is no creditor that is going to change the status of charge-off or any negative status account. They just don't do it, unfortunately, because they want this historical information to stay on your credit report, unfortunately. That's why they won't change it. So unfortunately, there's no way to do that. The only way to beat a charge-off is through consumer law, if you're going to sue, or Metro 2 compliance challenging. Challenge how the item is reporting to get it off of the report because it does not meet the standards of Metro 2, okay? And we built this system that we create custom Metro 2 letters for every round, okay? You don't have to do anything, okay? We're going to create the letters for you. Once a round ends, we'll check for any updates, and we'll check to see if there's any deletions, and then we'll adjust to the next round. You need to do 6 rounds of this process to try to get off as much as you can or all of it, okay? But 6 rounds is entry level, okay? Depends on how bad, what type of collections, what type of charge-offs you have, how long it may potentially take. But 6 rounds is entry, and it should hopefully work through that process, but it depends on what you got, how much negative stuff you got, okay? It's very important to understand that. Some people have these destroyed credit files with over 30 collections, and they think that they're just going to magically go away overnight. It's not how it works. It's about consistency. So we create the letters for you. We send them to you in your email, okay? And then you print them off and you mail them. You got to send us your driver's license, a utility bill, any type of utility bill. It could be your water, light, gas, your internet, your cell phone bill, your cable, car insurance, car registration, a pay stub, okay? And we're going to put your identifying items onto your letter, so you don't have to do anything else, and you just put the letter in an envelope, send it out certified mail. You're going to get the credit rebuilding course for free. Every month, you're going to get 1 to 3 videos of me talking about credit, so you're being educated as you go along in the program, and you're learning more, okay? $50 a month, okay, plus $24.99 for the credit monitoring, because we need the credit monitoring to pull your reports into our system so we can let the system create this custom letter, okay? That's why we need the credit monitoring. So for $75 a month, we can create these custom letters to attack these items using Metro 2, okay? And then you put them in an envelope and you mail them off certified mail so you can get the best results possible. That's all you got to do, okay? So for $75 a month total with the credit monitoring, or a one-time fee of $2.99, and then plus the credit monitoring for every month, get it done, okay? All right. Someone wants me to put this other banner up real quick. I'm going to put it up for a second. For a free credit consultation for full services, we offer pre-litigation. That's what we like to really use, okay? We build a case against the credit bureaus, and then we take your file and we give it to a legal team for a free legal review. You're looking at $325 to get started for the first month, and then $200 flat for 6 rounds. And then we give your file to the legal team, where off they go to go after the credit bureaus, okay? That's the full service. Now, sometimes some people may just need straight Metro 2 because their credit files are really jacked up, but we generally like to use pre-litigation, because once we get a legal team involved, that's when it gets fun, okay? That's what we generally like to do. So there's that banner again. We're going to go back to my DIY banner. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to some questions. I got some good questions in here. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see. There was a really good question in here. Oh, everyone always asks this question. How do I get hard inquiries removed? One, never dispute hard inquiries that are attached to an active account, okay? Because it could get it shut down. All you got to do is call the big 3 credit bureaus and you ask to speak to the fraud department. You tell them, I didn't initiate these hard inquiries. You tell them whatever you want to, but all you have to do is say, I did not initiate these hard inquiries. Please delete them from my credit report. Call them over the phone. That's the fastest way to get them off your credit report. Let's see. There was a really good, there it is. All right. Does the statute of limitations apply to the current state you live in or where the debt originated? For example, I accrued a debt in Tennessee and now live in California. Great question. The debt stays where it started. So if it started in Tennessee, the statute of limitations apply to Tennessee. Okay. It doesn't matter where you move to. What matters is where it started at. Okay. So wherever the debt was initiated and started, wherever that card was opened or account was opened, that's where you need to follow their statute of limitations. I hope that helps. Here we go. This is a good one. Should we freeze secondary credit bureaus first, then start the process? Absolutely not. It's a waste of time. Okay. Freezing secondary bureaus has been the biggest credit repair myth I've ever seen, and it never stops. Okay. People out here still spelling this nonsense and telling everyone that they can freeze the secondary bureaus and it's going to help you get deletions. It does not. There is an unbroken chain with the credit bureaus and these secondary reporting agencies of anything that's on your credit report. Okay. Whether it be debt collectors, existing creditors, old creditors, whatever is on your credit report, you cannot break that chain of communication with the secondary bureaus and the credit bureaus. So freezing it is a complete waste of time. Okay. I've said this in some of my other videos. People don't believe me. I proved it time and time again. Okay. So it's a waste of time. Let's see what we got. All right. Let's see. I'm going to answer this other question. All right. I'm trying to build my, well, hold on. Before I answer this, make sure to hit that like button. Okay. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're not a follower, make sure you follow. Okay. I'm out here trying to help all y'all. I'm answering all these questions. Hit that like button, man, so we can get more people in this room. Okay. And I'm going to keep answering questions and keep talking about this DIY new system that we just built, and it's being released today on Black Friday. The price is only going to last till December 31st. $50 a month, okay, will get you one round of letters that are custom created for you using Metro 2. Okay, we're going to email them to your email. You're going to get access to the credit rebuilding course that's sent to you every month. So every month that you're going in the program, you'll get 1 to 3 videos a month of me talking about credit. So you're being educated as you go along, but they will be delivered to you through email and text. And your letters will be delivered in your email box. And all you got to do is print them out and send them off. So $50 a month to get you started. $24.99 is needed for the credit monitoring, so we can pull your credit reports into the system. Okay. If you want to pay the one-time fee for 6 rounds, it's $2.99. And you got to pay the credit monitoring at $24.99 a month. Okay. But there's no contracts, no agreements. This is DIY. We're going to create your letters for you. You're going to mail them and we're done. Okay. And I'm going to give you the free access to the credit rebuilding course. That's simple. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm trying to build my credit. Which way is good to do so? Pay off my balance every month or carry balance for a couple of months before paying the whole balance off? That's a great question. Okay. So understand that there's no scoring model that rewards you for carrying a balance. The more consistently you carry zero balance or close to zero, the more points you're going to accrue. Okay, because credit is based on consistency and repayment. You need to pay off your balances in full every single month. All right. You want to keep your utilization below 9%. Zero should always be the target goal, so you do not pay any interest fees. Okay. And once you get down to zero, that's going to be the first mark that you can see how high your credit score can go. You can potentially squeeze out 10 extra points if you carry between 1 to 6% utilization. But remember, potentially carry up to 10 extra points. It's only 10 extra points. I may get 10, you may only get 3. Someone else may get 6 or 2 or 8. Everyone's going to be different. But the maximum amount of points that you can get for carrying 1 to 6% utilization is going to be 10 points if you get that. Okay. I hope that helps you. All right. No, I don't offer any courses for CROs. Unfortunately, I'm just too busy, bro. You're welcome. Do I do business credit? Actually, we're going to be releasing a business credit system that's going to give you access to building your credit from scratch, your business credit, from everything you need to do to structure your business properly. Okay, all the way through tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3 lines of credit, so you can start building your business credit with your EIN. If you have great personal credit, you can skip the line and get some lines of credit going on the background while you're also building that. So we do help with business credit. It hasn't been released yet. It's probably going to be sometime next month. Okay, so just be on the lookout. There we go. Dude, this is a great question. Why do they say carry less than 30%? I don't know where this started or where it happened. Okay. Utilization makes up 30% of your credit score. Okay. But the question is, why do they say carry less than 30%? People that say that don't understand credit. Dude, I've been to websites, okay, where they're telling you don't carry more than 30% of your available credit limit because it's going to hurt your credit. No, the moment you cross 9% utilization, you start to lose points. I call it bleeding points, okay? You start bleeding points. The higher and closer you get to 30% utilization, the more points you're going to lose. Because remember, credit is about repayment and the balances that are being reported. If you're carrying balances, you're deemed as a high-risk borrower. Because if something happens to you in your life and you go through a financial hardship, then guess what's the first thing you're going to stop paying? Is the credit cards, okay? That's why when you carry high balances, you lose more points, okay? It's important to understand that. There's no way to sugarcoat that. The people that are saying carry less than 30%, they don't really know credit, unfortunately. You know, but I know for a fact that I look at credit reports all the time, dude, and I shit you guys not, man. I'm not even lying about this. Like, the more credit reports I look at, the more I see people that are like 25% utilization, 28, 29, 30% utilization. You're like, oh, I'm just carrying 30%. I just don't understand why my score doesn't go up. Because you're carrying balances. These are big balances. To you, they don't seem like very much. But think about it like this. If I gave you a line of credit and I say, yo, I'm going to give you this $100, man. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want with them. But you immediately spend $95, okay? And now you owe me $95. I'm like, bro, like, what happened? Like, what'd you do? You know what I'm saying? Why'd you have to use those 95? Like, now you owe me 95, man. I mean, you gonna pay me next month? What's up? You know, like, anytime that you carry a balance, there's no lender that's like, ooh, look at that balance. It looks really nice. You have to think about it from that standpoint. Like, you owe somebody money. And this is where I say to people, like, I wasn't taught this, so I get it, okay? All right, I get it. I wasn't taught this, and nobody was. So there's so much misinformation out there. I'm going to drop a video Sunday on YouTube. So be tuned in, ladies and gentlemen. How to increase your credit score, and there's a product that you can use to help you boost that credit score also. I'm going to talk about on that video. But I'm going to put up the infographic to show you why 30% is no bueno, okay? I got proof from FICO, the people who come up with your credit score, okay? All right. So let's talk one last time about the do-it-yourself kit, okay? The do-it-yourself kit is amazing, okay? It's not like a regular do-it-yourself kit. You don't have to be an expert. You don't need an expert to work on your credit, okay? You just need the built-in AI technology is going to create your custom letters for you, okay? This is a great question. Oh, I love this. How many items does your system dispute at a time? It's a great question. How many items does our DIY system dispute at one time? All of them. Okay? We don't pick and choose one or two items. We're just going to push this to the side real quick. No, we want to dispute them all because time is of the essence. When you're disputing with Metro 2, there's no limit. There should not be any limit as to how many items you can dispute. The FCRAs clearly state they cannot put any roadblocks in front of you if you're disputing. It doesn't matter if you dispute 3, 6, 10, 15. It doesn't matter, okay? But know that when you create a Metro 2 letter, it's going to be massive. You have a lot of negative items, okay? So that's the only problem that you're going to see, but there's no limit as to how many our system can dispute, okay? So once you sign up, you're going to go into the automated text system. It's going to tell you to go pull your credit reports with Smart Credit, send us your username and password so we can access your file, okay? The credit monitoring is $24.99 a month. We need this to pull your credit reports into our system, okay? So the system can analyze and create these custom letters for you. And we're going to put your picture of your driver's license and your utility bill onto your letter. So once you get your letters in email, all you got to do is put them in an envelope, send them out certified mail. You always send certified to get the best results because then you have proof that they got it, okay? And then you're going to get access to the free credit rebuilding course that I created. It's a series of videos. Every month, you're going to get 1 to 3 videos a month of me talking about credit, teaching you how to rebuild your credit. For $50 a month, plus the credit monitoring, which is $24.99, $75 a month, okay? You need to go 6 rounds to get optimal results, okay? If your credit is really jacked up, you have to understand that it's about consistency, and moving forward, you may need more than 6 rounds, but each round it's dirt cheap, okay, for what we're doing. I'm saying it right now. And I know that $75 is a lot to a lot of people, so I don't want to make it seem like it's not, but for what we're doing and what the system is doing, it's insane, okay? And you're going to get the credit rebuilding course, okay? And I'm going to drop more gems in there. As I think about things that you need to know about, I'm going to talk about it in those videos. I'm going to throw it in the automation, okay? So you guys can get that video. It's going to be delivered to you through email and through text message to your phone, okay? There you go. All right. So text DIY to 877-797-1330 to get started. You can pick the $50 a month. There's no contracts, no agreements. You're not stuck to anything. You want to quit after 1 round, 3 rounds, or whatever, or when you're done, you're done. Okay? There's no contracts, no agreements. You're not tied to anything. Okay? We're going to create your letters for you, and that's it. We're going to send them to your email, and that's it. Okay? That's about all the support you need because we're creating these crazy letters, okay? So thank you. Let's say, what's the average time to get back the letters? 72 hours tops, okay? Of course, if you order them on a weekend, we're going to get them to you by Monday. That's going to be our goal, okay? But 72 hours tops to get the letters created, okay? Just text DIY to 877-797-1330. I'm going to put it in the comment section right here. So give me a second. Okay. Hold on. But it's on the screen. It's on the screen right now. It's rolling. You guys should be able to see it, unless you guys can't see it. Hold on. All right. So I'm going to put it in the comment section for you guys to see. So there you go. Text DIY to 877-797-1330. Okay. And that's going to get you going. Hey, my man's not even lying right there. He said, do the Mike deal. Yeah, he's right, man. This deal is a real steal, man. Like, that's just it, man. High score, thin file. Ooh. Yeah, you gotta get your file built up. I'm gonna leave you guys with one last gem, okay, before I get out of here. So remember, the DIY kit, okay? You're gonna pay $50 a month plus $24.99 for the credit monitoring, so $75 a month. We're gonna create your round of letters disputing any negative count on your credit report. Okay, there's no limit as to how many items we'll dispute. Okay, we're gonna create it for you, send it to you in email. You're gonna get access every month. We're gonna send you content of me talking about credit to help you rebuild in the process. So every month you'll get 1 to 3 videos a month of me talking about credit through text and email. Okay, but we're gonna send your letters in 72 hours after you sign up directly to your email. So you'll download it, print it, send it certified, and you're done. No contracts, no agreements, none of that. This is a DIY kit, okay? Now, there was a really good question right here. Okay, last gem of the day. That's what we said, right? Hit that like button. Hit that like button, okay? This is going to be a real serious gem. Stop getting secured credit cards, okay? All right? I know that's crazy, right? What do you mean don't get secured credit cards? Think about it like this. If you get a secured credit card on your credit report, okay, it's going to be on there forever. There's only a few secured credit cards that graduate, okay, from secured to unsecured. The number one secured credit card is going to be the Discover It, okay? It graduates to an unsecured credit card, all right? That's the number one. Number two, the U.S. Bank Harley-Davidson secured credit card graduates to a secured credit card from an unsecured credit card, okay? Those are the two. The Sable credit card. I don't think they're taking any more clients on right now, but just keep that in your back pocket in case. Sable credit card will graduate from a secured to an unsecured. Now, Capital One, they're not graduating people, man. And understand something. As long as you're not carrying balances, you can graduate that card in like 6 months, okay? Some of them take 8 to 12 months, but you don't have to do anything crazy, okay? But Capital One, unfortunately, has shown us that they're not doing it as frequently, or they're just offering you another credit card. You don't want to keep a secured credit card on your credit file. What you want to do instead is do a secured loan, okay? Navy Federal. What is it called? PenFed. All these credit unions offer secured loans. Invest your money into a secured loan with no less than 24 months. If you can do 5 years, it's even better, okay? But do this secured loan, and this will build up your file so it's not so thin, okay? But secured credit cards are not going to help you, okay? That's important to understand. All right? You're not supposed to call the number. You're just supposed to text the number. It works. It's working. So do a secured loan with your bank or a credit union for 2 years, at the max 5 years, okay? Invest your money into your credit file. This is going to be amazing for your credit file. Once the loan becomes active, pay off 80% of the loan. Once it becomes active, do not put it on auto payment, because you do not want the loan to close. Once you start doing auto payments and then you pay off 80% of the loan, that's going to close it. So you don't want to do that. Let it run 2 years at minimum, okay? Or at the longest length, 5 years, all right? I was told by Navy Fed that their secured would. Is this? Oh, that's a great question, Stephen Webster. Yes, Navy Federal secured credit card does go from secured to unsecured, okay? So yeah, man, do a secured loan. That's going to help your credit file better than a secured credit card, okay? I'm going to put in the comments a credit card that is a secured credit card but does not report as a secured credit card. It's called the Cred AI credit card, okay? It does not report as a secured credit card. What it does is there's no hard inquiry. Okay. It reports to all 3 credit bureaus. Okay. Remember, it reports to all 3 credit bureaus, and it reports a $1,500 line of credit. Okay. To all 3 credit bureaus. You can put $10 or all the way up to $10,000. No matter what you put, it's not going to make a difference. So you can literally put $10 as an account, and it's going to report a $1,500 line of credit to all 3 credit bureaus. Okay? So remember that. Credit AI is a great one. Okay? So text the number DIY to 877-797-1330 to get started on working on your credit. Okay? Or you can also go to the site. So give me a second. I'm going to put that link up in the site. Okay? To get you started, okay? $50 a month, okay? $75 with the credit monitoring. We need the credit monitoring. No contracts, no agreements, okay? So $75 a month, or $299 for 6 rounds. We will deliver your custom-made Metro 2 letters to your email within 72 hours you've signed up. Every month, we will send you content on how to rebuild your credit. 1 to 3 videos a month, okay? And that's about it. Thank you so much, everyone, coming for this live. Thank you for supporting us. Make sure to like, make sure to follow, okay? And I'll catch you on the flip side. See you next time.